Hello, this is Dinah Lane from the Harwich channel, and I'm here with Mike and Connor from the Harwich Conservation
Hi,
Trust. Hello,
Dinah.
guys.
Thanks for having us.
So nice to see you
Nice to
both.
see you.
You too.
We have a lot to cover this morning. We have herring and pollinators and land,
Yes.
watersheds.
Yes.
I think we're going to start with Connor talking about the herring and the herring count and how is that going?
Yes,
Or how
great.
did it go?
It just finished on June 15th. We had another successful year. Our volunteers counted herring at the where the Herring River meets Hinckley's Pond. It was fewer than last year, but there was still some really great work done, and it helps the scientists make decisions on the population. And as you can see on the screen, some picture of the herring and the Herring River. And so
That
this
could be a painting, by the way.
That
I
one right there,
know.
yeah.
That looks amazing.
That's, as a lot of our photos are, done by our volunteer, Jerry Beetham.
Yes, fabulous
Pretty amazing.
photographer.
Yeah.
Yes, beautiful.
So the work that our volunteers do is really important. The data will be sent to APCC and then the Division of Marine Fisheries, and scientists there make decisions on preserving this important species because, as I've talked about in the past, herring populations plummeted since the 1970s. So this knowing what the population numbers are and this volunteer herring count is really important for them to help the species come back, and then eventually maybe when the species has returned, people can enjoy them more. We finished it, and we really appreciate the efforts of our volunteers this year, and we look forward to next year's herring run.
That's great. Good report.
Thanks.
Okay, and Mike, you have
Yes.
land projects to talk about. I just saw that you had
Oh, yes.
just purchased some new land.
The newsletter, they're in the
Talk about it.
newsletter that just came
Okay.
out. You probably
Uh-huh.
see a close up. There it is. Look at
Yeah.
that. Isn't that great with the river otter on the
That
front?
is a beautiful
Isn't that
picture.
great? And
Yeah.
that's amazing. Just as a side note, our Cold Brook Eco Restoration has been completed there in the heart of Harwich Port, and lo and behold, river otters have rediscovered the 4 new ponds connected by Cold Brook. Cold Brook now flowing free for the first time in over a
Wow.
century on its way to Saquatucket
So
Harbor.
this otter is here at Coldbrook.
This is representative of the otters
Yes,
that are
of the
there.
otters.
Yes, yes,
Wonderful.
yeah, and it's pretty exciting that they've found it along with a lot of other wildlife that folks are getting to see.
Yes, yes.
So you talked about land projects. In the newsletter, folks can read about the success of the Pleasant Bay Watershed Land Project, 6.3 acres in East Harwich in the Pleasant
Very
Bay.
exciting.
Yes, yes, and you see the map there. There's a lot going on here in this map. You see that this corner of Harwich there, the part of the watershed. Now, just recall the watershed overall for Pleasant Bay encompasses 4 towns, 21,000 acres across Chatham and Harwich and Orleans and Brewster. And Harwich Conservation Trust and its partners, thanks to supportive donors, have been very active over the past couple decades, preserving land within the Harwich portion to the Pleasant Bay watershed. That helps protect the health of Pleasant Bay. We're talking about significant acreage to the south, protected by HCT in the town and partners, and then also to the north. And then in between, we've had these 2 parcels, 2 acres owned by Tom and Andrea Story, and 4.3 acres owned by Judith Miller. And both landowners were very generous in offering a sale of these parcels below fair market value. It really stretched our open space dollars, and thanks to widespread donor support, including a challenge gift from Neil and Anna Rasmussen, as well as significant contributions from Jamie and Stefania McLennan and the Prospect Hill Foundation. Friends of Pleasant Bay contributed. All together, their contributions plus many others made the success possible in preserving those 2 parcels, which not only help protect Pleasant Bay, but stitch together a really important north-south wildlife habitat corridor.
Yes,
So
yes.
congratulations, everyone, on preserving more land to protect Pleasant Bay and many other important environmental
all
values.
together.
Oh, look at that. And the lady slippers.
Beautiful lady slipper.
This is,
Yes.
again, an interesting side story. Those parcels haven't been developed because there's an unconstructed road called Lady Slipper Lane that has been laid out per planning board regulations and the assessor's data. But it was never built, and now those lady slippers and all the creatures and plants that inhabit those woodlands will be forever protected because of folks contributing to this Pleasant Bay Watershed Land Project. So
Wonderful.
it's exciting.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we have another one that we're still, it's also in this newsletter. You're going to see a map in a moment. There it is. The larger red property in toward the middle of the screen there is the 50-acre Thatcher property. And it's really at the center of a constellation of open space. You've got the town-owned Bell's Neck Conservation Lands off to the southwest, and then you've got Harwich Conservation Trust, Coysbrook Woodlands off to the southeast, and then HCT and Town Sand Pond Woodlands Conservation Area off to the northwest, and off to the northeast is another 33 acres of town land bank land. So here we have this 50 acres in the center, and it borders the Cape Cod Rail Trail. Incredible panoramic views. Look at that. There's one right there. Isn't that amazing?
It is. Beautiful.
And so if not preserved, it could be a 9-lot subdivision, and it would forever alter the view. It could impact water quality. There's fresh water that flows through this area into the Herring River estuary, so we don't want to negatively impact the health of the Herring River. So what are we doing? We're trying to raise funds to preserve this land. It's a total $3.5 million effort.
Okay.
And we've got less than 10% to go.
Oh, good.
On that campaign.
Yeah.
So people have been rallying, including town meeting voters this past May,
Yes.
authorizing $500,000 in Community Preservation Act open space funds. But we're in the home stretch. We hope people will help us
Certainly are,
get over
yeah.
the finish line, and they can find out more at harwichconservationtrust.org.
Do you have a deadline?
Yes, it's this summer. We want to cross the finish line,
Okay.
so
Okay.
every donation helps.
That puts a fine point on it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So exciting. We
is
hope
very
people
exciting.
rally around it.
What a beautiful piece of property.
It really
Yeah,
is. Yeah. Yeah.
it's great. So I think we still want to talk about pollinators.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes,
Connor, you
this
have
is
some information about that.
Very exciting. We recently installed with volunteers a pollinator garden and it's part of Cape Cod Pollinator Pathways at our Coldbrook Preserve, 203 Bank Street. We really encourage people to come out and look at it. And I'll mention Jerry Beetham again. Not only is he an excellent photographer, he is very passionate about butterflies. And Jerry and his wife Karen, they have been working with me over the past few months to develop a plan for a pollinator garden there that would provide host plants. That means that the plants that eggs are laid on, and nectar plants for many different native butterfly species. So the monarchs here on this beautiful butterfly weed, hair streaks, American coppers, all those butterflies are really important pollinators and really important parts of the native ecosystem. And we wanted to do this project to support them. So Jerry and Karen identified which plants would be useful for that, and then we ordered over 300, close to 350 plants, and we installed them last Tuesday. And so we had close to 20 volunteers involved with this, and we have volunteers who are watering every week, who we are really appreciative of. To help this pollinator garden succeed. So there's Jerry there. We're carrying in, I think he's carrying little blue stem plugs. We planted 50 of those, and it's really going to look nice in a few years. This year, it's a great way to see the plants as you would buy them from the native plant nursery. And also I'll mention our intern this summer, Lucy Palmer, who's been a great help with all these projects. But yeah, this would not have been possible without our volunteers, and we're hoping to get some information out for folks who want to do this in their home, because this is totally doable at home, and it's a little way to create native habitat and support our native butterfly and moth species, which is really important, and that little bit really does help.
This is really a great model.
It is, yes.
Many people to be able to do it on their own.
So
What a
we hope
good
that
idea.
people visit and get some ideas for home, and,
Yes.
and please reach out. We're happy to give some resources on sourcing native plants and
Wonderful.
and
Well-
supporting habitat.
The pictures, as usual, really just tell the story, don't they?
Yeah.
Me too.
So spectacular.
Nice that Karen beat them. So Jerry and Karen teamed up on this to really have a vision to create this new pollinator garden. And like Connor was saying, with the help of so many volunteers,
We have
it's
so many
happening.
fabulous volunteers.
We really
in
do.
town. It's really wonderful.
Yeah.
And you inspire them too by the work you do. So we appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for
Thanks,
coming in.
Dinah.
Yeah, thanks, Dinah.
Yeah.
This is Dinah Lane for the Harwich Channel. Thank you so much.